Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first, and I have a pretty clunky rack. I think Jeff A looks okay. Not seeing anything better. Luckily I draw one vowel. Bordrick through an I. Oh no, I don't have the R, so Bordrick no longer available. Board is good. That plays above the E, but not to good effect. What about dawn or born? Born looks good for 27. Not ideal. 3 eyes. Indices through an N. No N available. Idiocies through an O. No O available. Unlikely that a 4-timer would emerge from this set plus a B. Opponent playing off a couple of vowels. He's probably close to a bingo. I can pluralize Jeff A. I'm looking to get rid of 2 eyes. Not seeing a way to get rid of 2 eyes. I do have size. The rack leave pretty ropey, but at least this takes out a useful hook. Hopefully I don't draw another eye. Okay, that's a bit better. Diazo and caddy. Okay, opponent has bingoed with unbelief. I have quiz for 66. Just looking if there's a way to get the Z placed on this double letter square. No, not seeing it. Yes, I'll go with quiz for 66. That's not a bad looking rack. I have roading. I have organdy onto the E, but do I have a 4-timer through the L? Okay, opponent scores well with Vivo, which does not take an S. The L doesn't seem to provide a 4-timer. So organdy for 72. I draw the X, but just the one vowel. Looking at ticks as an option. What about twixt? ARS, not a terrible rack leave. 31, a decent score. Looking if I can get my X to land on 14F. Not seeing a way to achieve that. Can't utilize the Z, just the one vowel, so limited in what I can do with this rack. I guess I have wax as a second option if the twixt spot is taken by opponent. His play might block both of those scoring opportunities. Okay, opponent bingos with forktail. I have axe, but the rack leave pretty poor. But I'll be going with this for 56. Okay, as I thought, a ropey rack. Now looking to get my Y on B6 with the whole word doubled. Wow, opponent just keeps bingoing. I have sporty, but that doesn't work. I need to get the Y tripled. Prosy. What about rye? 31. Yeah, I think I'll go with rye for 31. Not ideal. Spotty doesn't get the Y tripled. Yeah, putty. The Z still available to score onto this double. I feel like opponent will get there first based on the condition of my rack. Patty would sort the triplicate T situation out. Doesn't score well though. And there are 2 U's to come. So a bit hesitant to hang on to this one. Nothing worse than 3 U's on the rack. Okay, opponent slowed down a bit, that's good. So do I go with Patty? It does seem to achieve some good rack balance, and I do only have the one vowel, so I think I do need to hang on to it, especially since there are fewer vowels than consonants as well. I'm going with Patty. Okay, this is looking a little bit better. Not seeing a 7 with this rack. Perhaps there's an 8 through the I. Or the O. Drogettes. Oh, okay. Opponent's bingoed through 2 disconnected floaters. Latration. Nice find. Looking at a Z play, but that's a bit harder now. What about the O down here? I have gestured through an E, but yeah, the O just not doing it. Can't utilize the Q. Well, the Z. Just needing to score above 20 somehow with this rack. Doge. 23. Yeah, I'm going with this. Suitors. Sourest and suitors. No place for either. And I don't know if I'll be able to score decently with this rack if I don't bingo. What about the Z? Suitors doesn't quite work. Stowers. Stowers maybe, yeah. Yeah. So there was a godsend. Now I have have a vowel heavy rack here. Some bingo-y tiles remain. Perhaps a parallel play, something double ED, not double ED, TED ending, or TER. So the game is not won yet. Now there's a hot spot for the F, so play of NEF, NEF, but that would create an I hook for uni. Oh, okay, luckily I have a U. So opponents played TEF. It's only my U that can play after UT. At a minimum, I have NUG. And I think I might have to play that just to take the spot out. Looking at potential bingos from this rack, Maunder. Not sure what else there is. I think it has to be Nug. Yeah. Nug for 25. I have Chow in the top left for 12. Seems a bit volatile. 40-point lead. Opponent will go out in 2, or can go out in 2, but I'm hoping I have enough to outrun him. I do have coin here. That's going to be hard to top with these tiles. 23 is acceptable. I do have Chow here as well. And if opponent plays his H now, then this is safe. So coin, my preferred option. Chow, second option. Unlikely for both to be blocked. Latration, that's a nice word. Just looking where else these tiles might play. Maybe something through the R and the L. Opponent has the under component of a word, but the board very tight, no floaters to use, not even this I. Opponent perhaps trying to work out the optimal 2 move out to maximize score. And I don't think opponent will take my coin spot because, well, maybe through the... No, it just doesn't seem like the likely place for opponent to score with his H or M. So I think coin will come down, which would secure the win. Opponent has just 2 minutes left. No parallel play on top of organdy that I can see with these tiles. Opponent's played Mao. And perhaps, yeah, not sure what he's planning there. But I'll go with coin. And opponent, not sure if he can go out actually with these tiles. AI plays below the Z as well as onto the S, AIS. 10. The Z spot would score more. 13. And air would be 14. Opponents played Ray, so air no longer available. Canir, no good. What about, I was thinking of play through the P. Okay, I think I've exhausted all options, so AI for 13. So final score 489 to 437. Thank my opponent for the game. Let's see what we missed. Jeff A seems fine for the opening rack. Then opponent had an awful Val Swamp to deal with, but Jeun for 13 seems acceptable. He goes with AE. Now Born for 27, but Boards. Ah, okay, that would have been better, yeah. Boards. It did cross my mind, board, but I didn't think to pluralize it and pluralize Jeff A, so that was a miss. Opponent's got BB for 20 with UN, goes with double E. Now there was a 2 I played Disky. I have seen the word before, but not for a while. So Sice comes down. Now, this is close to a 5 vowel 8. Looks very familiar. Oh, Banlieu. B-A-N. B-A-N-L-I-E-U-E, I think. Anyway, Unbelief comes down. Lovely bingo. And Quiz for 66 looks fine. Votive for 32 was best. Vivo second, not bad. And Organdy for 72, but Aboarding for 74, 3H across. Aboarding, leaving a G in the trip lane. I think Organdy for 2 points less might be strategically a little bit better. Great rack. Opponent's got Forktail. Nice find. That was the only bingo. And then Axe for 56 was best. I had to take out that hotspot. And even though the rack leave was pretty ropey, it was worth doing. Now, Parodos for 83. Sapwood for 75. and gospoda. That's a nice word as well. 477. Another few bingos down the bottom there. Sauropod, that's another 5 vowel. Oh no, that's a 4 vowel, yeah. Myosaur is what I was thinking of as the 5 vowel 8. Now, tiptoes. Wow. That was a 38-point play at N9, getting the Y triple, T-Y-P-T-O-S. Not a word that I'm familiar with. Staup was pretty good as well at B2 down. Rye for 31 kept the S, and there was only one S to come with no blanks. So I think the value of keeping the S in this instance was higher than normal. Right, okay. Now, oblation 472 was playable through the B. Opponent went with idle, and Patty for again tiptoes was playable for even more because of the parallel play. Titapi for 22 through the I. Yeah, 6H. Titapi getting the Y tripled. That's quite nice with the S leave. Patty wasn't bad either though. Sorted out what I needed to do. Now opponent, fantastic find, latration through 2 disconnected floaters, and then close to drogettes, but opponent's play of latration blocked it. Doge for 23 was one of the top analyzer choices. God. So a lower score but a better rack leave. I did spot the 3 E's, and I thought because there were 3 E's I'm going to dispatch of one of them. But yeah, maybe hanging on to it would have been better, even though it wasn't a particularly bingo friendly board, especially after playing God or Dog. So although very flexible, not sure that it really represented the value, because these are static evaluations, not based on board position. So not much of a difference there. Opponents got some scoring tiles, but limited with a vowel shortage. HM seems best. And that gave me Stowers for 72. Tor users as well, and trousers without the R. Trousers. So a few bingos there, and Tef for 38 best for opponent, which gave, look at that, Conji with the double I. That would have been a nice score, 28. I did manage to neutralize that spot with Nug, which is what I achieved. It was the second highest score, but the rack leave of Conji far better in terms of going out next turn. Hurdler for 24, not enough, but it would put opponent on 431, just 16 points adrift, but not enough, because I had coin, and that was best. Ray for 25, EDH for 28 at A1. There. And then AI for 13. So that was the end of the game. Some nice words came out there. Sapwood and latration were good, and unbelief. So I hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.